This is my 1 litre Aygo, and this is how it sounds. Now, not being funny, but that sounds absolutely pathetic. And it looks absolutely pathetic as well, because just like, look at it. It's so small. In this video, we're going to be changing that. I'm going to fit a whole new exhaust to it because that is just an abomination. And to catch you up where I'm at, I'm Ross. And I bought the cheapest Aygo in all of the world / France for €400. And I'm currently trying to turn it into a supercharged beast, or just slightly less of a shitbox, let's be honest with you, and hopefully sound like this. Once it's finished, all of this will culminate in a road trip all the way up to Charger Tech, the company that's helping me supercharge this absolute beast. And now you're caught up, let's go! Now, so far, I've only really done cosmetic things and made it slightly nicer to be in, and just generally just not so bad. So now it's about time that I mean, it's not going to make it faster, but it'll make it sound better. So we're gonna fit an exhaust, because this is terrible. I'd also like to point out, on the last video, the state of my car was absolutely fucking disgusting. So I've cleaned it. Look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. Like the day it came out of the factory, kind of. But I kind of feel like I need to change these seats. Does anyone know of any seats like bolt in, like Toyotas, I don't know, some seats that aren't straight bucket seats, because my fat ass won't fit in them. I mean, I'd love bucket seats, but I do worry that my fat ass won't fit in them, so I wouldn't mind some more, because otherwise I'm going to end up sitting on a gear stick, and that's not, contrary to belief, that's something that I fancy. So this is the exhaust, the cheapest one I could find. It comes in 2 pieces, which means it just has more opportunity to leak and not fit really. But I don't like the colour of it either, because we're going to be able to see that. So firstly, I need to change that, but then I also need to move my car. So for those of you who don't know, I've got this Audi S4 that I am, not finishing. I'll give you a quick update on that, and then we'll do a cold start, and then we'll move it. This thing's been in here far too long, but it needs a few things that are just a pain in the ass. So what I'm going to do with this, I've got some new upper and lower arms, all rounds to change on it. I've got some really crappy budget coilovers, they're going to go on it as well. I've also got new wheel bearings for the front, they're coming as well in a recent auto dock order, as well as the bonnet doesn't stay up because of the gas strut, so I got a new gas strut for that as well. They're like the biggest things that need changing on there right now. It does also have a vacuum leak, and it runs like a bit of a bag of dicks. However, I'm not fitting the upper and lower rear arms to it, because if you've ever worked on one of these before, the reaction between the 2 different materials of the bolt and the strut, they just seize, like it's just insane. So there's a guy who does some work on the side outside of his mechanic job, and so on the 5th, so in a week or so's time, I'm going to drop this off. So I'm going to take it out the garage now, so I can bring Aygo in, but then this will have all of that stuff done, put on it, and then this will be one step closer, and then I need to sort the vacuum leak, and it should be, I mean, at least running. But first, everyone wants a V8 cold start, don't they? So let's V8 cold start. I mean, that's a bit of a flat tyre on that one as well, so. But look at it, the beast. Like I said, it also needs some body work. It needs you can hear it, it's not misfiring, but the vacuum leak is causing it to run like a bag of shit. And so yeah, once all of these bits are done, I can then move on to those bits and get the vacuum leak done, and then get all these bits repainted. And it should hopefully then be drivable. And as economically viable as that car is, it does, I don't know, when you're hooning it, about 10 miles per gallon. So I'm gonna remap this as well, because it's running a bit rich. So I'm gonna get a remap on this as well. So there's a few things to do on this, but these are just like kind of small things, and the biggest thing is obviously I need to go and get the Aygo. Let's go. Cold start, and this one doesn't really hit the same, does it? Nope. Changing the exhaust on the Aygo is actually pretty simple. There's not much to it, apart from the fact that this now comes in 2 parts, not 1. The other one is just all together, so I'm hoping I've got all the different bits and clamps that I need for it. But first, as you can see, I cut this out because this was a plastic bit, and I thought exhausts would sit nicely in the middle. But you can see that this is all silver. Me no like no silver. So first and foremost, what we've got to do is get down and spray it with some high temp spray. And obviously I'm an expert in this. Let's get this. As even as possible. Now I've slapped a bit of paint on that. I've got to let that dry for a little bit, but look, that's going to be much better sitting out the middle of that than this absolute travesty. So what I'm going to do now quickly is wait for that to dry, but at the same time I can get the other exhaust off, because that should be easy. Whenever I say something should be easy, it's never fucking easy. So the first things first, when you need to remove it, you also need to remove the, oh my days, these are going to be a pain. The rubbers. They look like they're going to be a nightmare. This whole thing probably is going to be a pain in the ass, but let's see if I can get off the one and only connecting bolt over there. Honestly, this garage is such an absolute state. I can't even find my impact gun. I need to tidy it, but so I'm going to have to use the old school. So let's get this on. This is literally the only bolt that you need to get out, but look at the state of it. Why did I get a long one for this? Let's see if we can go with this one.
Removing the exhaust from the Aygo is pretty simple. It's just this one bolt. This clamp tends to be a bit of a pain in the ass, purely because it just seizes on, and it was full of like putty as well, so it obviously had a leak in there in the past, so I'm hoping in the future this won't be an issue. But I put a new clamp on there and everything in the end, so hopefully this works out well.
Now we're on to the exhaust rubbers, and I would recommend replacing these normally anyway, so I'm just going to cut them off. I'm actually using a steak knife, goes through it, piece of piss, straight off. No problem. On to the next one. It's so much easier. Look at that. Now I just need to get it off the centre section. Right, so the exhaust's down. I just need to detach it from the centre section. So I think we're going to have to smash it with a hammer, because that's fused on. So let me use some brute force and then I'll be back. Might be nearly there. Yes, and it's out. Well, I just did it with a big hammer. Big hammer, job done. So now I need to set the other pipe on, make it look the same. Right, so there we have it. The same. Makes sense. Pipes are the same, hopefully. So I'm just going to bolt that. You bolt up, put the new rubbers on, and then yeah, try and get back on the fucking car. Let's do this. Bet it's gonna. It won't blow. It won't. Positive thinking, but it's not going to blow. It's going to be perfect. It's going to sound. It's probably going to sound the same, but whatever. At least it should look nicer in the middle there, shouldn't it? What could possibly go wrong? That is going to look so much better. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's not wonky. I mean, it is wonky. It's not on properly yet. Let's bolt it up, drop it down, and see how it looks. Yeah, now let's go. Now let's see how this sounds. Cold start. Yes, so I kind of wasn't expecting that. It's way deeper than I thought it would be, and I don't know if it's blowing or not. So I'm gonna go check under there and see if it's blowing, and then we should probably take it for a drive and see if it sounds different, a lot different. So already in car, you can hear the difference. I mean, listen. Oh God, this is pretty obnoxious. Oh, it has mini pops and bangs. This is fucking mint. Let's go. Right. Just needs some more speed now, doesn't it? That's what it needs. Let's try and do a drive-by. This is honestly way better than I thought it was going to be. This is actually the cheapest exhaust you can buy for this. This is way louder. The Sportex was nowhere near as deep as this. Whoa! This is mint. Let's go. Whoa. The suspension needs doing next, people. This is way louder. This is ridiculous. Whoa. So, is the exhaust a success? Yes. The cheapest one I could find. And my goodness. Well worth it. Oh shit. Right. Next. Got more. Look. Crashy, cheap budget coilovers. Let's unbox them because I'm going to put those on next. Not today, but that's the next job. And look at it. A budget coilover. You only have coilovers at the front, so they've got like separate shocks and springs at the back. They're not like the same independent rear suspension in that sense, you know, they're separate. So it will still come with coilover adjustable at the front, and the adjustable coilovers at the back use these that sit on the spring and you can make it go up and down. Make sense? You've probably seen it all before. But this is what matters the most, and this is what we came here for today. The exhaust is way better than I could have imagined. Like I said, this cost me, I think, 150 euros. So yes, I am burning the budget quite a lot. And next time when we put the suspension on, I will detail how much that costs as well. So the next job, well, now I have done the exhaust, it sounds better, perfect, but now I need to make it less wibbly wobbly. So now I'm going to drop the suspension on in the next video, and then we can start working on getting the arches on and cutting the entire of the arches out to fit those on. But yeah, this is a roaring success, pardon the pun, not pardon the pun at all. And don't forget that I am supercharging this. I just need to get all of the parts together in one place, which is actually really difficult because the only person that makes this is Charger Tech in the Netherlands. So I will be taking this, once it is supercharged, all the way up to Holland, that is the Netherlands, just in case you did not know, and showing them what they helped create with their kit, and now it sounds much better. So stay tuned for the next video where I drop this and maybe, depending on how much of a fucking pain in the ass that is, put the wide arches on. But doesn't it look amazing? If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, drop me a comment, other things you'd like to see me do to this shitbox, and otherwise I will see you on the next one. Peace!